plaintiff, Elena Craven, dated the defendant for 6 months, but she eventually discovered that he was a chubby chaser. Elena is suing her ex-boyfriend today for damaging her car. Defendant Christopher Fleming insists he is into all women, and he likes them in all shapes and sizes. Christopher admits that he damaged Elena's car, but he thought she was getting more estimates for the damage.
Tell me what happened.
First of all, Christopher is a liar, and he is a chubby chaser. He has a thing for big women. No disrespect.
How long you all go together?
Probably like almost 6 months, I think.
Do you put yourself in that category, or you were his exception?
No, I was in.
So he likes them other than you,
right?
Okay. If he likes big women, but yet he settles for a, what are you, small one? Small woman? I'm just saying. If you're not one of the big women, you say he only likes big women.
Yeah.
Yet with you, he settled for a smaller woman.
Well, while we were together, I found this out. One particular weekend, we spent the weekend at a hotel, and he left the room. He left his cell phone, and I went through it. And I had a hunch. I turned out to be right. I found, sexually explicit messages from women, basically implying that.
And they said their weight?
No, I'm gonna get there.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get there. But, I looked up the women on Facebook, and that's how I saw the picture of her. And I mean, there was other stuff. This one girl that I saw, this was just one, but okay. I saw at least 2 or 3 different
oversized women, or what you consider to be oversized women? Yeah.
He said that nothing ever happened, but I mean, why would you be talking about it in the phone if it didn't happen? So I don't know. Chris lied to me about a bunch of things. And after that,
you like oversized women? She said that's the only women you like.
I like them all, Judge. I mean, I like them all. I mean, unfortunately, I'm a big guy, so majority of the women I have dated with or I've messed around with have been bigger women. They've been the same size. I tend to go for a woman that's more of my size, With Elena, I guess I feel I just got lucky, you know what I mean? Because majority of the women are usually, bigger size, but other than
you got
that,
lucky meaning
like
that
smaller size as far as dating, because she is the only one I've dated.
When you say lucky, you mean you couldn't get anyone other than oversized women in the past? Not that you wanted them, you couldn't get anything other than that. How did she make you lucky as opposed to the other big women you've been with?
Okay, I can rephrase that. As far as being lucky, I meant as far as how she was, as far as she treated me, as far as it was in the relationship.
All right.
But in the past, I've talked to smaller women, I've talked to big, I've talked to all sizes.
Right.
But as far as dating, being in a relationship, she's been the only one that's been, small, petite
under
size.
400.
I won't say that big. I won't say that. That's. But
all these names, you calling the man a chubby chaser. Many men like full-figured women.
Right, it's no disrespect.
My brother likes full-figured women. When we were younger, he used to have the magazines and everything. He's skinny. With the overweight. I didn't know they made him, but yeah, he's skinny. He's smaller than me. He's about 190 pounds. 5'11", and since a kid he'd had these big women magazines. I didn't know they made them. He had them. He did. You knew they made them?
Oh yeah.
Personally. To each his own. I mean, go ahead.
But after I found those messages in the phone, we broke up. I was obviously very upset and betrayed by that.
How did he damage your car?
That happened a couple months later in March. We did end up getting back together even after that.
You gained a few pounds?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But anyways, that happened one night. Chris was at my house. I didn't feel like going out and I wanted something to eat. So I asked him to go make a run down the street to get some food for me.
You wanted something to eat.
There you go.
Go ahead.
But So the deal is with my car, I have a Taurus. It's a longer, kind of wider car. And my
Why
garage.
does it have to be wider?
Oh my God.
I'm just asking you questions. What started off?
I'm trying to describe it to
you
give
had a
you a
wider
feel
car
of how this
you
happened.
needed a wider car. Now what?
Oh my God. All right.
What did he do? How did he get the car? He was going to go and purchase some food. Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's sort of hard to park in the garage, especially when my mom's car is in there. It's tight, and most people can't do it. I'm used to doing it because I do it every day. But I told Chris, once you get back, call me. I'll come out and park the car or park it in the front. He, however, insisted on doing it himself. And as soon as he got back, I was, because I was worried about the parking situation. I'm like, was everything okay? Where's the car? He said, I parked it. Everything is fine. And so I left it alone. And the next day, I was out running errands, and I'm walking out of the store, walking back to my car, and I see all these like scratches and dents on my passenger door. And immediately I thought it was Chris last night.
What did he say happened?
He says that he didn't think it was that big, that he only tapped it, and he said that he looked at it and he didn't see anything.
Did he say whether he would repay you?
We talked about that. I went and got an estimate a few days later, and the repair cost is about a little over $1,000. Chris lied to me about a bunch of things, and after that,
you like oversized women? She said that's the only women you like.
I like them all, Judge. I mean, I like them all.
Plaintiff Elena Craven dated the defendant until she discovered that he was a chubby chaser who had a thing for larger women.
All right, let me hear from you.
All right, well, I'm going to go from the beginning, from us first getting together. I was on my Facebook profile looking up some pictures. I saw that she had commented on one like a while back. So I sent her a message. Then from then on, we got to talking, and we actually started dating. At the time, I just came back from Iowa. I went to school, got my bachelor's, and I was also playing football out there. Mm-hmm. So I came back home because I wanted to look for a job out here. Also, I'm in graduate school right now for my MBA.
Good.
So I was looking for a job. Things is rough out here. So when we go out and everything, Elena, pretty much pay for everything. And
he didn't have
so I mean, even regardless if I have a little money here and there, I guess I could have pitched in, but I didn't because it was like it wasn't like it was a big lump sum amount of money.
How long after dating did you begin to rely on her financially?
Immediately.
Probably since the beginning, but it was more like she was helping me out.
In the future, if you can't afford to date women, you need to wait until you can afford to date them.
Nah, I know that. But I mean, she wanted to go places, even though at times I was
tell her I can't afford it? I don't think we should.
At times I did.
Then she said, "Well, I'll take care of it."
Yeah.
Then that's different.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of times it was,
All right.
But as far as as far as the car, well, one night. She wasn't feeling good, went to go get her something to eat. Came back and parked the car into the garage. I noticed that I rubbed up against the garage. So I went to the side of the car, looked at the side of the car, and it had like the white paint from the garage on it. And I couldn't see the dents because it was pitch black outside. So I didn't know, I didn't tell her.
Okay, once you found out, did you agree to pay or not?
I agreed to pay it, but once we signed the contract and everything, we at one point talked about getting other estimates because the dent on the
contract. You talked about getting another estimate.
Right.
Did you?
But no, we never did because when she first asked me about it, about the contract, she asked me at that point in time that I wanted to get estimates. At that time, when it first started, I'm like, no. You signed
this March 8th. Have you paid a dime?
No, I haven't because I haven't really been working. When I was working, I wasn't making much. I'm making.
You have signed an agreement,
right?
And you say you all discussed getting another estimate,
right?
And the fact is, whatever you all discussed or whatever you all verbally agreed to, it can't supersede a written agreement.
Right.
So if you have a written agreement, then it must be amended with a written agreement. You can't amend it verbally.
Right.
So unless you can show me something in writing where you all amended it, I'm going to have to enforce the agreement I have. All right, I'll grant you your judgment for car damages, for late fees, and for court costs, all of which he agreed to pay. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
We're definitely definitely not getting back together. I'm not mad or anything, but I don't really want to be friends.
Like I said, I've talked to many women of all type of sizes, but as far as dating, majority of my women have been, you know, heavy set.